Namaste. Good morning, or whatever time it is while you're doing your practice. It's Jacci. We're going to do a little yoga together. So take a moment, get what you need. If you have a yoga mat, you can set that out on the floor. Take time to set up your space, get yourself settled. If you don't have a yoga mat, you just need enough room to lie out on the floor where you can stretch your arms up over your head. And you can perhaps close the door of the room that you're in, turn off your phones, turn off your computers, just give yourself a little time to practice. So we're going to start today lying down on our back, as we often do. It's a nice place to begin because it helps us to settle. So when we're standing up, we're kind of alert and looking around, and when we're lying on our back, we start to be more inward with our attention. So just make your way down onto the floor. Get yourself settled. Begin to lie down. You can take a moment to stretch your arms over your head. Just make sure you have plenty of space. And then when you bring your hands down, you can draw your knees up into your chest and just begin to massage your back. You can try rocking side to side or having the hands on your knees and circling the knees around. You can also do some movement with your ankles while you're massaging your back. And these things are to help us to start to check in, to start to bring our attention and our awareness here into the body. And then you can lower your feet to the floor. We'll let the legs rest for just a moment. You can have your feet apart and your knees touching if you like, and wrap your hands around your shoulders. And just a good pat on the back. Say, I'm really happy to be here with you. And a little swaying here to massage your upper back. And then release your hands down by your sides. And for just a moment, close your eyes. You can have your hands palms down here. And begin to notice your breath. And breathing in and out through your nose, begin to let the inhales be a little bit deeper and the exhales a bit longer. Beginning to establish a smooth, slow rhythm to your breath. And then with your eyes still closed or open if you prefer, we'll begin to move the arms with that, coordinating with that slow breath. So on your next inhale, lift both arms up over your head to the floor behind you. And let the exhale bring your arms down. And hug your belly in. Begin to engage the abdomen on the exhale. Inhale your hands up over your head. Again, eyes open or closed, whichever you prefer. Exhale down, hugging in the belly. Inhaling. And exhaling. Just starting to get the idea of coordinating your movement with your breath. And of course you can notice your shoulders and how that stretch feels down the sides of your body. And down. Pause when you get to the end of that exhale and draw your knees back up into your chest. And then do a similar movement with your legs. So on your inhale, push your legs up. You can push your heels up and flex your feet. And on the exhale, bend the knees. You can even point the toes and squeeze the toes. And then inhale, push your legs up. Exhale, bend. Let's do that one more time, pushing your legs up so your heels are pretty much right over your hips. We're not trying to draw the feet in close to the face. Exhale, bend. And then this time add your arms as well. So let your legs go up and your arms go up together. Exhale, bend the knees, lower your arms. And repeat that one more time, both legs, both arms. Even a little pause right at the top of the in-breath. And exhale down. And the next round, please lift your right leg and your left arm only. And on the exhale, as you bend the knee, lower the arm, turn your head right. And then lift your left leg, right arm, roll your head to the center. That's the in-breath. And on the exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm, turn your head left. And again, right leg, left arm, roll the head up. And then bend the knee, lower your arm, turn your head to the right. And then left leg, right arm, inhale. And on the exhale, Lower your arm and leg and turn your head left. And then inhale your head back to the center, lift both legs, both arms. And exhale, bend the knees, lower the arms. And we'll do that one more time. So both legs, both arms, one more time. Again, maybe a little pause right at the top of that in-breath. And exhale. And then let your feet come down to the floor. Take a moment, still coordinating these movements with our breath. We're going to place the hands, palms down. We're going to do just a few rounds of the bridge pose. So we're going to push down through the heels. You want your knees bent a pretty good amount. And on your inhale, push your hips up. Let your neck be even. Look up toward the ceiling. And on your exhale, lower down. And not so much about how high you go. Just do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, lifting. You're just trying to wake up the muscles in the back of the body. Exhale. Maybe 2 more, depending on how fast you're breathing. And down. And then this time, lift your hips up and stay. And you could kind of push your elbows down, snuggle your shoulder blades together. Feel your breath here. Hugging in the abdomen on the exhale. And on your next exhale, go ahead and come down. And draw your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Massage your back. And then we'll roll over to the side and come up to hands and knees. So when you roll over, use your hands to push yourself up. And when you come onto hands and knees, if you like, you can use something to pad your knees. I have a blanket here, but get what you need so that you're comfortable. Make sure you're taking care of your body. It could be a towel. You might be on a carpet and don't need to pad your knees. So get what you need. So come to the tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders. Hips over the knees, and inhale, lift your chest and eyes. Still coordinating with our breath here. Exhale, round back to child's pose. So pull the belly in, you feel your back round, touch your elbows down, let your head bow. And glide back up on your inhale, lifting your chest. And then fold back again, pulling in the belly. We get a little rounding in the low back. And inhale up. Good. Exhale back. On this inhale, as you rise, lift your right leg, stretch it back behind you. You can flex that foot so the toes point down and lift your chest a little. And on your exhale, bend the knee and lower your arm. And then switch legs. So come up, lift your left leg, lift your chest, strong arms. Exhale down. So we'll do the right leg again, then we'll add the left arm. So please lift your right leg and let the left arm go forward. And on your exhale, put your hand and your knee down. Maybe they touch right at the same time. Fold back to child's pose. And then inhale, left leg, right arm, inhale, come on up. And exhale down and fold back. Let's do each side one more time, just coordinating with your breath. Smooth inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale down, fold back. And then smooth inhale, left leg, right arm. Moving as slowly as you can, whatever's comfortable for you. And then exhale down. This inhale, come up and lift only your right leg. And move that ankle around. And then put the toes on the floor. You can push your heel back, get a little stretch in the back of that leg. You might notice how that levels out your hip so that right hip isn't popping up. And we're going to move that right leg just a little bit, start to move that hip. So on an in-breath, lift your foot and your chest. On your exhale, bend that right knee, round your back, tuck the knee towards your chest, and you can tuck your head in too. And then inhale, lengthen that leg back behind you. And do that again. Exhale, tuck right knee in. Inhale, lengthen the leg back behind you, and on the exhale, touch the toes down again, feeling that hip level out. While your foot's on the floor, inhale your left arm forward. Hold on the exhale, and when you inhale, lift your foot as you lengthen that arm. And then we're going to tuck the elbow and the knee to the center. So round your back, tuck your knee and your elbow in. And a slow inhale, stretch back out. 2 more like that. Exhale, tuck, hugging in the abdomen. Inhale, lengthen. You can keep your eyes down. You don't have to lift your neck, your head. Exhale, tuck. Just looking at the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and then just see if you can hold here on the exhale. And then a little more length on the in-breath, and then everything down to the mat, hand, knee, and fold back. And you may want to even pick up that right wrist and give it a little shake. Inhale just to tabletop. Exhale back. See if you notice anything, any difference in the two sides. And then we'll do all that on the left side. So inhale up and lift your left leg. And you can circle that ankle. And then lower the toes of that foot down to the floor and push back so you get that little stretch. And you notice how that keeps your hips a little more level when your foot's on the floor. So inhale, lift the left foot, lift your chest. Exhale, hug your belly in, hug that knee towards your chest. You can tuck the head. And then inhale the leg back and the chest lifts. Just one more like that, just the left leg. What are you noticing there? Inhale, lift, and then exhale, touch your toes back down to the floor, pull your belly in. While the foot is on the floor, inhale your right arm forward. And we're just going to keep looking down at the mat. Hold on the exhale, pull in the belly. And on your inhale, lengthen the arm, lift your foot. And exhale, slowly tuck the elbow and the knee, hug your belly in. Slow inhale to lengthen back out. So it's fine if you're breathing slower than me. Exhale. If you need to go a little faster, that's fine too. But try to breathe, move as slowly as you can. Inhale. Let's do one more tuck. Exhale slowly. Inhale slowly and then hold in place on the exhale. Hold on the inhale, maybe getting a little longer. And then exhale everything down. And you're welcome to shake out the left wrist as you come back to child's pose. Inhale to tabletop. And this time just put your elbows down on the floor. And you can let your hips sway side to side. You can move your wrists if you like, make fists and circle them, or just massage the wrists. And this is a little move called puppy pose. So you can feel how this stretches out your back. If you like that extra stretch in your back and your shoulders are pretty happy today, you can take your arms out further in front of you and lower your forehead closer to the mat. So see how that goes. It may be nice. And you can swish your tail. It's fine if you're still on your elbows. And then push back up onto your hands. Come back to your tabletop position. And tuck your toes under. We'll push up to downward facing dog. So here a little more opportunity to stretch out the back and the backs of the legs. So you can pedal your legs. Breathe smoothly. Use your arms strongly. You're almost as if you're pushing the floor away with your hands, so that helps you to lift your hips back up. We're going to go up and down between down dog and tabletop a couple of times. So inhale to your knees, lift your chest. Pull your belly in and slowly exhale back up to dog pose. Inhale, lower the knees. Exhale back to dog pose. And one more time like that. Inhale to your knees. And exhale, pushing back up. Now inhale to your knees, and we're going to do another movement that kind of mimics our dogs and cats. So exhale back to child's pose, and as you go back, just move your hands, your fingers forward a little tiny bit. And on your inhale, come up, and we're going to shift the hips forward. This is upward facing dog, so that knees are on the floor in this version, and the elbows are soft. And then exhale back to child's pose, and we'll do that a couple of times. So inhaling forward. You can just watch your pets, and if you did this every time they did it, you'd probably have a pretty happy back. Exhale back. Just one more. Coming forward. How does that feel? A little softness in the elbows. We don't want the shoulders to scrunch up. And then come up to your elbows again. You can just put your elbows down. Give your wrists a little break. Feel free to wag your tail. And then we're going to do a sequence where we're going to put all of those moves together, the downward dog, the upward dog, the child's pose. So we're going to begin in tabletop. And just as smoothly as you can with your breath. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round back to child's pose, hugging in the belly here. Elbows touch. Maybe your forehead touches. Inhale to tabletop and tuck your toes under. Slow exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees, back to tabletop. Exhale back to child's pose, pulling in the belly, and move your hands forward. And on this inhale, we'll come up and shift forward to upward dog. So let the elbows be soft. Lift your eyes. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to tabletop. You can slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees. Lift your chest. Exhale, untuck your toes, fold back to child's pose, and walk your hands forward. Inhale, forward, upward dog. Exhale, back. One more sequence. Inhale to tabletop, slide your hands under your shoulders. Exhale to downward facing dog. Slow inhale to tabletop. Can your knees touch right at the same time? Lift your chest. Pull your belly in as you exhale back to child's pose. Move the hands forward a bit. And inhale, upward facing dog. Little bend in the elbows. Exhale back, and you can rest in child's pose. So you might have your knees a little wider. You might use your hands to support your head. So we want to let the head be supported, so you're not just letting your neck hang. So you could use your hands. I use my fists. Sometimes this microphone gets muffled if I put my head down. You could also use a yoga block if you have one under your forehead. It has different heights. So get your head supported and just woggle a little bit. Notice how you feel. And then for the next part, we're going to come up and stand on our knees. You could also do this standing on your feet if standing on your knees is not comfortable, and you can pad your knees here. We're going to inhale both arms up over the head like we did at the very beginning, lying on the floor. How's that feel for your hips and shoulders, especially after our upward dogs? Exhale down. Maybe that feels kind of nice. Pull your belly in on the exhale. And do that again. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your eyes. Exhale down. So this one, we'll do one more in that way. Inhale. You could bend the elbows and lift them up if your shoulders are a little tight. Exhale down. That's another option. And this time we're going to add a twist. So we're going to inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, let the right arm go back behind you, left arm forward, turn your chest, turn your eyes, and reach out in both directions. And then a slow inhale to come back to the center, lift both arms up. And again, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, lift. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, lift. And then back to the center. Exhale your hands all the way down. Lower your eyes. Pull in your belly. Inhale both arms all the way up. Just one to the center. Slow exhale to come down. Softening the hands down, eyes down, belly in. And then we'll do the twist to the other side. So inhale, reach up. Exhale. Turn left, left hand behind, right arm forward, and look over your back hand if you can. Inhale back up. Try not to rush. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Smooth breath. Exhale through the nose. One more time to the left. Inhale, center and lift. Let the exhale bring your arms down. We'll do 3 more repetitions. You could even take your arms out to the side if your shoulders are feeling a little tight. Exhale. At the beginning, maybe you did this with your eyes closed. Maybe you do a couple here with your eyes closed. How does that feel? Hugging in the abdomen here. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment to pause, roll your shoulders, and then please step up onto your feet. So coming from the knees up onto your feet, you can move the padding out of the way if you were using something under your knees, and we'll do a little swinging so you can step your feet out about shoulder width apart and let everything swing. Another little twisting movement. All right, and give your body a little jiggle, a little shake. Stand in mountain pose, taking a few breaths here to just get oriented to how it feels standing on your feet. Still keeping your attention inward, so you see when you're standing up, you start to look around and your attention starts to shift. So still keeping your attention inward. We're going to take a few breaths in the chair pose, so if you could bring your hands to the sides of your body, take an in-breath. On the exhale, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my back. We're going to shift back, so let the hips go back. The upper body can lean forward. You can bend your knees a little or quite a lot if you like. And on your inhale, back up to standing. This time we'll hold one breath, so exhale down a comfortable amount. And on your inhale, let your arms float up. Let's try cactus arms today. On your exhale, lower your arms down, pull your belly in. Inhale up to standing. Do that one more time. 2 breaths when we hold. Exhale down, belly in. Inhale, arms, chest, eyes float up. Exhale, just lower your hands back down, belly in. Some weight in your heels here. Inhale, hands up, eyes up, chest open. Exhale down. And then inhale to the center. And then we'll do a couple of movements in the warrior 2 position. So in this position, we're going to step the feet out wide on our mat. So we'll sometimes say one leg's distance apart, but whatever feels steady for you. Please turn your right foot out 90 degrees. And we're going to bend that knee. So when we bend the knee, we want it right over the heel. You're welcome to have your feet closer or wider. You can let the other foot turn those toes in just a little bit of an angle back there. And then inhale, we're going to let the right knee bend and the arms float up to the height of the shoulders. And on the exhale, just straighten your right leg. Bring your hands in to touch your belly. Get that hugging in feeling. And then inhale, open back into the pose. You could look over your right fingertips if you like. And exhale back in, hugging in the belly. 2 more. Inhale, as if the breath is lifting you into the pose, the shoulders rising up out of the hips. Exhale, touching that reminder to hug in your belly. And inhale. We're going to hold the pose here. So exhale, soft shoulders, belly draws in. Inhale, both arms long. Exhale, belly in, and maybe soften the jaws. One more inhale. One more exhale. Let your arms just float down, and then you can straighten that leg. Turn the feet back in, and you can call this yoga walk. Walk your feet back in and give them a little shake. Take a moment, notice the sensations on the 2 sides of the body. So that was movement on one side we haven't done on the other side yet, so see what you're noticing. So before we do that to the other side, we're going to do that chair pose sequence again. So we'll go down 3 different times and we'll keep holding. So first one, hands to the hips, take an in-breath. Exhale, sink down into your chair, pulling in the belly, How's that feel for your back? Inhale back up to standing. We'll hold one breath this time, so exhale, sink down. Inhale, chest, cactus arms, eyes, lift. Exhale, hands down, eyes down, belly in. Stand up on your inhale, get nice and tall. Good. Exhale down, hugging in that belly, so we're trying not to overarch the back here. Inhale, cactus arms. Slow breath. Exhale down. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale down. Stand back up on your in-breath. Maybe shake that out a little bit. And then we'll do our warrior two pose on the other side. So we'll step the feet out wide again. You decide how wide. Left foot's going to turn out 90 degrees. You can do a test bend in that front knee. You want it over your heel. It could be behind your heel, but you just don't want your knee jutting way out over your toes. Right foot can turn in slightly. So just a test bend again, inhale. And remember on the exhale, when this leg, when we extend this leg, when we straighten that leg, you're going to touch the belly. We're going to remember to hug in the belly. Feel those abdominals wrapping in. So here we go. Inhale, bend the knee, let your arms float up. You're welcome to look left. Exhale. Straighten the leg, touch your belly, and you let your head just float back to the center. And then a slow in-breath. So you feel the shoulders lifting up out of your strong legs. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. You feel the qualities of this warrior pose. We'll come and hold the pose, so inhale. So the qualities of the warrior pose are strength. You feel your legs strong, your arms long, and courage. And maybe you can use a couple of breaths here to cultivate those qualities, strength and courage. So there's, of course, our physical strength, but then there's that quality of inner strength. We all need a little of that. One more lengthening in-breath. When you get to the exhale, you can pull your belly in, let your arms start to lower down, and straighten that leg. And this time we're going to let the feet turn in. We're going to do our forward fold, a little bit like that chair pose, with our legs pretty wide. So you can make sure your legs are in the same, your heels are lined up, and then touch the sides of your body, take an inhale. And a little bit like the chair pose, we're going to bend the knees almost like a squat. And we're going to let the upper body bow down. And then inhale back up. You feel your back muscles lifting you up. This time, as you bow down, if you like, you could go halfway down again, or you might let your head drop all the way down. And then inhale back up with a long spine. Do that once more. So exhale halfway down or all the way down if you like. Inhale back up. Good. And then you can just walk your feet back in. Jiggle and wiggle. Maybe swinging if you like. This empty coat sleeves is a nice thing to shake things out. And then we're going to lie back down on our back. So take a moment to come back down on the floor. A few moments to settle, just like you did at the beginning. So you're noticing how it feels to lie on the floor, getting your body situated so it's comfortable, maybe noticing the breath, just getting a sense of how it feels to be back down on the floor compared to how it felt to be standing. Size can help. So please draw your right knee into your chest, give it a little hug. Stretch your other leg out onto the floor, and just a little rocking in that right hip. We're going to keep holding on to that bent knee with the opposite hand and let the right arm just stretch out to the side. Take an in-breath here. And on your exhale, just letting that bent knee
move its way across your body to the left. So trying not to pull with your arm, feel the work of your leg and your belly taking it over. So it's fine if you only went a tiny bit and your hip is still on the floor, or you may be all the way over. You can see what's good for you. Try to not have that right shoulder just like hanging out in space. So try to adjust that shoulder so it's supported somehow. Taking a few breaths here. So when you're twisted, there's a pressure on the belly. It takes a little effort to breathe deeply. So see if you can take a couple of breaths, nice deep in-breath. Slow exhale. One more breath like that. Big, deep inhale. And slow exhale. And then let your inhale bring you back to the center. You can pause in between the two sides. So you might have the knees bent and check in with the two sides. You could have both legs stretched out onto the floor. Just situate your shoulders and your hips so they're even again. See what you notice. And then we'll draw the left knee into the chest. So if you had your knees bent, you can stretch out the right leg. You can even flex that right foot. And hold on to that. We'll just do a little rocking there. And then hold on to that knee with the opposite hand. We'll let the left arm stretch out to the side. And again, we're going to let that knee make its way across the body using the work of your belly and your leg, not pulling with your hand. So as you're ready, exhale over. Some amount you can stay. You could support that leg with your right hand. You can just kind of prop it up on your hand if it's helpful. And some breath here. Just noticing where you feel this. Might be in the front of the chest. Might be down in your left glutes, in your hamstrings. And then a couple more breaths that are a little bit deeper. So use that little extra effort to take a big inhale and a particularly long exhale. Another breath like that. Big inhale. Nice long exhale. And then please roll back onto your back. Once your hips are level, bend both knees. Even up your shoulders and hips. Let your heels line up with your hip bones. And like we did at the beginning, we're going to do a few repetitions of the bridge pose. It's a great thing to do after the twisting movements to get some symmetry back into the hips. So palms down, eyes up, and on your next in-breath, lift your hips. And on your exhale, go down. And you can just notice how that feels in all the different parts, your hips, your back, your leg muscles working as you lift up. Exhale down. Watch the knees aren't going out to the side. You want to keep the knees right in line with your hip bones. So maybe one or two more depending on how fast you're breathing. But go as slowly as you can. Once you're down the next time, stay. Draw your knees up into your chest and give yourself a little hug. Some people like lifting the chest up after that pose. You see what you like. And then let your feet come back down. Begin to settle as we shift toward the relaxation part of our practice. So you can just rest with your knees bent. Some people prefer having the feet a little bit apart and the knees touching. You can certainly rest with your legs stretched out flat on the floor if that's comfortable for you. For many people it's not, so find what you need. You can always rest your legs up on a sofa or a chair, or even put the legs up on the wall. That's a really nice pose. And you can keep your hands resting on your body. You can let your hands just stretch out to the sides. Feel that support of the floor and begin to let go of any effort to breathe. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable closing your eyes. Giving yourself permission to rest. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy, and may you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be healthy. May we all be happy. May we all live with ease. May we all live in peace. So I encourage you to continue to let your body rest here for another 5 minutes, even 10 minutes if you can. 12 breaths if you feel like if you're kind of anxious and you feel like you need to hop right up, see if you can just stay for another 12 breaths. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.